My name is Alan Zimkus. My rank was ETN2. When we first left Newport, Rhode Island, we went over to New Jersey. Can't remember the ammunition base over there to New Jersey. On the way over, we stopped at Norfolk, Virginia. Never was stationed in Norfolk. Lived in Virginia after the Navy, had gone there, but I've only been to Norfolk like 2 times for 1 or 2 nights, whereby a lot of people were stationed there for many, many years. Um, and then while we were overseas, we were supplied by ammunition ships. Again, being the rate that I was in electronics, I was never involved in the actual transfer of ammunition or oil or supplies from supply ship to the destroyer. But I had time to take a lot of photos of them doing that. So, which was interesting. I mean, those guys, some of them lived on the edge because it wasn't an easy thing to do to get 2 ships in actual sync and then fire the lines over and bring the lines back and forth, just have a heavy enough line so they're able to bring over munitions and oil and everything over. So that was never my responsibility. But that's where we used to get it. And when we went back a couple of times while we were over in Nam, we would stop at other places, like we would go back to Subic Bay. We picked up ammunition in Subic Bay. Um, and I believe that was the only other location because Japan would not allow us to bring in arms there. We went to Japan, not China, Japan, Sasebo, Japan, but not to rearm at all, just for liberty. Japanese at that time, they were more receptive to us on a World War II destroyer versus the same time there was a nuclear submarine coming into Sasebo, Japan. They were not receptive to them uh, because they were nuclear. And obviously in Hiroshima and Nagasaki, they left them, I would imagine, bad feelings in their mind about anything nuclear coming into their country. We would go over, and many times, sometimes we would be in uniform. A few times we'd be in civilian clothes, and we never had any problems. We'd go to different places. There'd be Pizza Hut. Amazing enough, there'd be a Pizza Hut over there nearby where the base was, and other places. We go to different areas and try some of their food and whatever. But we never had any interaction with people that would be uh, harmful to them or harmful to us. They were somewhat receptive. They knew we weren't one of them. Obviously, they weren't. There was not a lot of people speaking English back then, back in the early, well, mid '60s in Japan. I imagine today there would be, but back then this was before we all knew about Sony over here and Toyota and all the rest of it. But the people were pleasant. They would allow us to take pictures, everything else. So I thought it was a good time. I had gone to Hong Kong when I was in the Navy. It was one of our places we stayed for a few days. Got a custom-made suit for $99 or whatever it was back then. I don't remember the actual price, but a day later, whoop, got a custom-made suit.